Hi everybody and welcome. It's Debbie here with Debbie's Stamping Creations. And a few weeks ago I had posted some pictures of some quilt cards we had done. And I've had so many requests for instructions, I decided we would do a video and show you how these are done. They do have a lot of cutting, but they're so worth it in the end when you get to see these beautiful cards. So let me get started and show you how we do this. We're going to start with this pinwheel card, and I'm going to show you how you cut your triangles to make these pinwheels. So to start with, I started with a thick white piece of cardstock cut at 4 1/4 and scored at 5 1/2. So it's still the basic size, but it's done, they're done, as you can see, it's still one sheet of cardstock. It's just cut at 4 1/4 instead of cutting it at 5 1/2. Okay, so for this card, you're going to need your card base, which is the thick white that I just told you about. The next layer that we are going to have is a piece of our basic black. And this is a 4" by 4" square. Then you are going to have a piece of the basic white, which is a 3 3/4" square. Then you are going to have another piece of the basic black, which is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, a white square, which is a 3" square, and then you're going to have 4 white squares that are 1 1/2" squares. Then you're going to need a piece of designer series paper. The paper that I'm using for the cards for today is our Hostess paper, which is retiring. We do have a new catalog coming out, remember. So if you don't have a demonstrator yet and you would like to get one of the new catalogs, please let me know and I will get that to you. So we're going to start with a 1 1/2" square of 2 different patterns. And the way that we cut these to make our pinwheel, let me bring in my cutter here. Okay, so you're going to lay this so that your corners are in your track on your cutter, and you are going to cut this piece of designer series paper. Oops, I moved it as I moved my finger. So you want to get it so and then you are going to cut that square in half, and you're going to have 2 triangles. Now you take your triangle, you bring it down here to the bottom of your cutter, and you're going to put this point in the track again and cut that in half again and get 2 more triangles. Now you're going to turn each of those triangles and cut them again, so that each square piece that you start with is going to end up being 8 small triangles. So you just keep cutting until you get these cut down to the size that you want. Now you might have extra pieces when you're done. Not all the patterns take 8 squares, but each square piece that you cut down, your triangles I mean, but each piece that you cut down is going to end up being um, 8 triangles. Now, if you haven't gotten this paper yet and you're wanting it, you've got just a month, a little less than a month left to get it. So contact me right away if you're interested in the paper packs that they do for the Hostess Rewards is just amazing. It's usually 48 sheets, and they're nice papers, double-sided designer series papers. Okay, so there are the pieces for the card. As you can see, each square turned out to be 8 little triangles. Now I'm going to show you how you're going to use these triangles to make your card. So we start with, let me get, whoop, got the wrong pile. Okay, we've got these 4 squares. So now you're going to take your triangles and we're going to, I've lost my other, okay, so we're going to take those and put them together onto this to make it into our pinwheels. So let's start with this, and what you're going to do is you're going to put it in the corner, even on the bottom, so that your point goes to the center like that. Now if you turn it, you can do it again. So your points are going to meet in the center, and turn it again, and we're going to do it again. And one more time, one more piece here. Line it up there. And in the center, it's not going to matter if you're not exactly right, because as you can see, we used little gems on here in the pieces. So okay, so I went ahead and did these before. So we now have our 4 triangles, our 4 pinwheels. Now you're going to take your piece of your 3-inch square, and we are going to, using adhesive, attach these. Now you want to start up in the corner and put these in the corner so that they're even on the sides. And remember, if you start with this pattern over here, when you put your next piece on, you want to do the same thing. So we're going to do that again. And again, you've got all 4 of these to and the last one we're going to put on here. Again, making sure that we have it in the corner and that we have the patterns going the same direction so that our pinwheels all look the same. So there's the piece that you have. Now you're going to take this piece and your 3 3/4 inch basic white square, and you are going to run those through the machine, the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, or whichever one you have, whatever you use. And you can see this is great for quilting because it's the stitched greenery die, so it gives you that actual stitched look. So give me just a minute while I run these pieces through, and I'll show you how to get the card together. Okay, so now that I've run them through, you can see how you have that beautiful design on your quilted piece and also on the other piece of the square white. So let's go ahead and get this put together. We're going to take our quilted square and attach it to our layer of basic black. Just line that up in there. Now we're going to take that square and attach it to our second quilted square of white. Just center it in there, line your corners up, and take that and layer it. This is a lot of layering and a lot of pieces, but oh, what a beautiful card it makes. Then you can take this and line it up on here. Isn't that beautiful? Then you can get it lined up on here. Now, we're going to stamp. The stamp set that I used for this thank you is the Best Year stamp set, and this is also a stamp set that's going to be retiring. So if this is something that you want, make sure you get your order in. And we're going to use Memento ink and line this up at the bottom of our, we're going to do the stamping before we actually put it together, so that if we can make sure that it says thank you for all that you are. And on the inside we're going to do one that says, and every thoughtful thing that you do. So let's go ahead and get these lined up. And then we can just line this up using adhesive again. And we could just line this up on the front of the card. Now, isn't that card beautiful? Thank you for all that you are and every thoughtful thing that you do. So that's the pinwheel card. Now you can see when you look at these two cards, they have the same basic layout. So again, we're going to be using our 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card base. Oh, I didn't finish the, let me show you. I used the matte black dots on this, and I just put one in the center of each of my pinwheels here. If you don't have this take your pick tool, you definitely need to add that to your shopping list. This thing is amazing. Okay, so now I've added those. So now the card is complete. But see how that just adds a little bit to that? Just completes the card. All right, so on this one, as I said, it's the same basic layout. So you still have your 4 by 4 inch basic black, followed by a 3 3/4 inch basic white, followed by another 3 1/4 inch black, and a 3 inch white. But on this card, for the pattern, we also need one 1 1/2 inch square. We need 4 3/4 inch squares, and we need 4 pieces that are 1 1/2 inches by 3/4 inches. So these pieces, the triangles are cut the same. You're going to be using the same triangles that we used on the first one, and let me show you how to make this piece, and then I'll show you how to put it together. So you're going to take your pieces that your triangles that you cut out. Now we're going to do one pinwheel for the center, and for that one I used this pattern. So let's do another pinwheel here. I liked these two patterns, my favorite of all the ones that I posted. That's why I decided to do these for the video today. There are other patterns out there if you search on Pinterest or even on YouTube for quilt cards. There's a lot of different patterns. These just happen to be my favorite, like I said. So here is our center pinwheel, which is on the 1.5 inch basic white square. Now we're going to make the pieces that go around the outside with the other pattern. And the way you do that is you take your triangle and you're going to line it up on the end in the corner, and there you go. And take another one and do the opposite end. Again, lining up okay. So now I've already done the other pieces ahead of time to save some time here. So we now have 4 of the pieces like this, and we have our center pinwheel. So we are going to take our 3-inch square, and we're going to start with one of these 3/4 inch squares, and we're just going to attach it in the corner to give us a starting point. So you line that up on both sides and in the corner like this, and you probably really can't see, but there, that 3/4 inch square is here. Now you're going to take one of your side strips that we put together, and you're going to line one up here and just line it up across the bottom. And we're going to take another one and line it up on the other side and line it up on the bottom. Now you can put your pinwheel in the center, and then it makes it easy to complete this layout on the rest of the card. Because we can do this, and now we can take the rest of our corner pieces and side pieces and put together the remainder. Like I say, there's a lot of cutting. If you're going to be making a lot of them, it's probably better to cut a lot of your triangles to start with. Then you have, like me, a pile of them on your desk. So you can put together different ones. And you don't have to just use 2 patterns. I just did this for the video. I'm going to show you one I completed using 4 different colors. I actually used so there's that layout. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so here is one that I did. The card then is just put together the same as we did the first card. You're going to run these 2 pieces through your die cutting machine with your either embossing folder or the stitch dies, whatever you have to run them through. Then you're just going to layer them like we did the first one, and you will end up with this card. Okay, so now here is one that I have done with 4 different colors, and I used the pansy paper. So I got 4 different colors and then used different colors as the layers to make another card. So I wanted to show you how easy it would be to do, you know, the different layers, or different colors, I mean, sorry. So those are my cards. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope this helped all of you that were wanting to know how to do the cutting. If you have any other questions or need anything, just please let me know. Remember that new catalog's coming out soon, so if you don't already have a demonstrator and you would like to get the catalog, just let me know. I'll gladly get that in the mail to you. Also, our retirement list is going on right now, so a lot of this stuff is going out in preparation for the new catalog. So if you're interested in any of that, please get your order in as soon as possible, because these sell out quickly when we retire things. Those things that you've been wanting all year long, people are like, oh, gotta get it now. So all right, well, thanks for watching today. I appreciate all of you. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and like my video. I appreciate all comments. I will see you next time. Thank you.